All right, let's do it, chat. Jeskai turns, Jeskai control, Jeskai whatever you want to call it here. So turns refers to cards that take extra turns here. So Nexus of Fate is a staple in Historic as a card that takes extra turns because it shuffles back in. You get to do that pretty endlessly in the right setup. And we also have 4 copies of Karn's Temporal Sundering here as another card to let you take turns and also tempo the board a little bit. So what does a nut draw look like in this deck? So we utilize Fires of Invention like a lot of these Jeskai control decks do. And turn 4, you play Fires. Then turn 5, you play your 5th land untapped, play Teferi, draw a card. And then Teferi's +1 ramps you into Nexus of Fate mana. So as early as the 5th turn of the game, this deck can start taking all of the turns and give its opponent no more of them. We've got things like Justice Strike, Shatter the Sky, Timely Reinforcements as ways to stay alive. We've got Omen, Search, Shark Typhoon, drawn from Dreams, kind of shift through our deck and find the cards we're looking for. Hey, literally some dude, thanks for finishing the raid tutorial. One more person checks out the raid sponsor and we hit my goal for that. I appreciate everybody that did that today. If you're one of the many people that did that who's not a sub and would like a sub gift, be sure to drop me a message and I will gift you a sub at the end of the stream today as a thank you for checking out the raid sponsor. And the sub gift offer closes once we hit that 250. 250 was the goal and I appreciate everybody that helped us hit it today. Almost hit it. I assume we'll hit it. Mostly there. Do. To be clear, you don't think this deck is bad, it's your favorite Jeskai deck at the moment. Sure, you think the Luca deck's better. You think just because Luca's combo cards impact the board, is that it? Or is it the combination of like the tokens cards that they play? Instant speed timely is pretty decent. Pretty decent. Better at drawing out the game and more powerful combo. That's fair. Playing a Yorion Mirror here, but the opponent's playing 4-color, looks like. Do we think Timely is too good or unplayable? Because I couldn't tell by that too. I think Timely likely makes these decks border too good, dude. I think if Jeskai becomes tier 0 in this format, it's going to be in part because of this card. I think this card was an addition to an archetype that didn't need help in this format and could potentially push it too far up over the top. Yeah, I'm 100% going to cycle the Shark Typhoon this turn. Dusk Yagami, thank you for the entire year of support. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. Welcome back. Oh, my 0/0 shark should come into play, right? Where's my shark? Give me my shark back.
Suppose that's how it was meant to happen.
Alright, so we'll do this. Draw a card, so this way if they want to Yorion blink this, I'm fine with that. Oh, I'm so dumb. Oh, I clicked through that trigger, just not thinking. Mistakes were made, chat.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
You cycle a shark for 0 if the lore nuts is coming to play. Yes. Alright, we'll remember to respond this time.
I know my responsibility.
Sub for 12 months, but watch it for longer. Here's so many more years of good content. Thanks, Spike Meme. Thanks for keeping me around.
Nothing.
There's always a bigger fish, chat. There's always a bigger fish. I don't really have good sideboard cards to bring in here. It's basically just the Conqueror's Death with a couple of timely reinforcements. Maybe Clarion, slightly better than Justice Strike because it kills zombies. It's probably accurate. I agree, Bob. I think Nexus of Fate is much healthier than Luca because the axes of interaction that you have to work with against it are much, much higher. Much easier to interact with what the Archetype is doing than what the Luca deck is doing. What's the biggest fish in Historic? Just probably the Luca deck. Same thing as Standard. Because if you try to be bigger than them, they just take whatever you're doing with Agent of Treachery. I'm gonna kill the Rejuvenator just so they don't get to blink it with Yorion here. Roses are red, violets are blue, Standard is dead, but what else is new? What's the best thing to polymorph into if Agent doesn't exist? I don't think there's a strict best thing if Agent doesn't exist, which is part of the reason why it would be nice if Agent didn't exist. I'm gonna cycle this looking for another spell to cast. Yeah, Agent is also the single best thing to be in Burial Rating in a very uninteresting way. It's, It actually leads me to an interesting thought. If Griselbrand was in this, if Griselbrand was legal in this format, would you play? If Griselbrand was legal, would you rather be getting Agent or Griselbrand? Is it still Griselbrand? I think it's still. I think it's actually close. Agent so I can take their Gristlebrand. Hey, Rockslide Jr. and Ring Tingy. Thanks for checking out the raid sponsor and hitting us a little bit over the goal. I appreciate you all. Alright, sick.
You know what?
Thank you, Hoaglandia. I appreciate you. Crushing sponsor goals since whatever year I started streaming. What are spells? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No more. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, I should have pushed this to 3 and then untapped it. Although I guess that would kill my Teferi too. Hey, SoCat, thanks for finishing up. And then SoCat's going to be the last one. They were the only one out that had started the thing, started downloading and playing it, but hadn't completed it yet. So, and thanks to everybody. And like I said, the folks that I offered to gift subs to, I'll send those out this evening after we're done. Y'all are great. I'll leave the command there, but I'm pulling off the incentive because we hit the 250. Yeah, you now get nothing, something like that. Get addicted for free. Accurate summary. Could you cut in some aggro? All this agent talk is making you said. You definitely can, Scholar. 110%. We just finished playing Winota, so I don't want to do that one again, but I think that one's good. Grixis aggro might still be fine. That one's up on the site. White Devotion aggro might still be fine. I feel like I'm just digging for a sweeper here. I think that timely is a bad introduction if Agent and Luca don't exist. I don't know, Fight. Probably. I think so too. I don't think decks like this really needed it. Yeah, Blast Zone's like a sweeper. Can you do Frenzy Red if you have a deck list? I do not have a deck list offhand for that. Blue-white artifact with Sheltering Steel and Venerated Loxodon. That sounds cute. Sure, that one looks fine, Scholar. This game's over. We're gonna play a couple more turns, but we're done here. Next turn. Next turn, we get to go land, Typhoon, Typhoon. The following turn, we go land, Typhoon, Nexus, kill you. Wow, the audacity to interact with me. I don't know if we still have a game. They need, like, another Conclave Tribunal now. Like, I have 2 Nexus of Fates, right? Those are lethal. Scala! Coming in red hot with the aggro fire. I know this will lose to Tylee, but let's give it the college try. Sounds good. So I attack you for 4, I attack you for 11, I attack you for 18. Daddy shark doo 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 doo, daddy shark doo 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 doo. Have you seen a lot of Timely? Only out of people that want to win matches of Magic. You probably trim Temporal Sundering here, just bring in some of our cheaper interaction. Our turns make creatures. Isn't it nice? Isn't it nice? Wow, and almost 2,000 people. It's sweet to see more people excited about Historic. We stay like 1,900 to 2,000. I might still do Party Bus today. We'll see. It's hard to tell what viewer counts look like 2 hours in advance. So if we keep a good count, I'm gonna keep Party Bus on. For now, we'll tentatively say red could be the last deck. But if we keep a good viewer count through red aggro, we'll play. We'll play some Party Bus after. Heliod's pretty good, he says before he Baffling Ends it. I guess if I do this, I can't Baffling End Heliod. That's probably fine though. We just like do this, and then we Baffling End the Linden. The land here is good. It's like an Omen of the Sea now as well. I'm gonna leave this back just in case they go like land Linden 1-drop and attack with Heliod. I'd like to chump block it, I think. Twitter hates the Linden Mulligan. It's funny because it's true. Alright, so... what if I just Yorion here and, like, trade them a 3-3 for their Sarah Ascendant? Is that unreasonable? I feel like that's probably not unreasonable, huh? Well, I can't take the Heliod because Heliod's not currently a creature. Not with that attitude. Fair. Fair. We'll work on it. Bye, friend. Yeah, the white weenie deck doesn't have a good way to clear timely tokens. So I wouldn't, and as always, one of the big questions is like, what does metagame sure end up looking like too? Like, if there's decks that have decent Luca matchups, are those decks popular enough to keep Jeskai control decks from overrunning the format? Or are they popular enough to fully, like, is there going to be enough Jeskai in the format that if your Jeskai matchup is bad, your deck's unplayable? Or will there be enough variety that you can afford to be able to, like, punt that matchup still? Is a real question. This seems very good. German Space Ace, one of our subs here. Wonder what they're playing. Basic Island. Island is your land. Island is my land. Do 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 do. How bad is it, Dimstar? I don't know if I have the heart to click that link. How bad are the guidelines? They deemed churches essential. They deemed churches essential. Well, you know. I guess that, yeah, it like, so like and this is like the biggest issue with everything surrounding COVID is, like, pre-COVID, letting stupid people kill themselves and hurt themselves or whatever. It's just them. It's fine. But, like, the problem is that, like, with COVID, the way this works is these people aren't killing themselves. They're killing other people who are doing the right thing and trying to be cautious. I mean, Trump's voter base isn't bright enough to know that they can pray from home. Come on now. That's not how they work. If they were smart enough to know they could pray from home, they wouldn't vote for Donald Trump. They'd be smart enough to know that the Republican Party doesn't actually represent any of their religious values. They'd be smart enough to know that there's only one party that even has the semblance of trying to do unto others as Jesus told people to do, and it is not the Republican Party. Jesus would be a dirty, filthy progressive. He'd want to give people Medicare for all. He'd want to make sure nobody starved, there weren't any homeless people.
Sorry I'm late.
Alright, let's just plus this up here.
That's more like it.
Jake on the kebab. You're my favorite content creator, Mr. Talkie Box Man. Take my Bezos. Thanks for the 5 months, Jake. Welcome back. Have you seen the GM? I have not. I'm not sure that I want to, though. Well, that just sounds like social. Yeah, Jesus would be a socialist. Do unto others, take care of the less fortunate, all of that. Listen, I was a lector at my Catholic church growing up. I had a very, very active religious family that I was raised in. I'm very familiar with, let's not say very, fairly familiar with the Bible and stuff like that. Correct. Yeah, people should do that themselves. It is dumb. It's very dumb. It's a very, very social. It's very intellectually dishonest. It's funny how the most invested people early in life are now atheists. I don't know that I'm necessarily an atheist. I don't know exactly how I follow that. Wait, you could read, Jeff? No wonder you're so smart. Rockslide Jr., thanks for the 2 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Reading is cheating. Ain't that the truth? Agnostic is basically Pascal's wager, right? Or am I mixing those terms up? Wrong? What's agnostic? That's a term I should know the definition of. Oh, is supply side Jesus? It's more saying I don't really know, sure. It's like, I don't know, man. Let's just, like, be excellent to each other, man. Can we just say that? Can that be the policy? Let's be excellent to each other. I don't even know if be excellent to each other is what I would say I live by. I'm a big fan of be excellent to other people until they open their mouth and show you who they are. And if they show you they're not worth being excellent to, tell them to pound sand. Big fan of giving everybody a chance regardless of who they are. But when someone tells you who they are, listen. That's where I fall. When someone tells you who they are, listen to who they're telling you that they are. Okie doke. Where's my sand emote? You say pound sand a lot. That's fair. Clarion, my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are gone. And when they counterspell this, we'll shock in this land and Baffling End their 4-3 here. Actually, do I Baffling End the 4-3, or do I take another hit and Baffling End their card draw? Probably just the 4-3. Probably just the 4-3. A card's probably worth... Again, them having a card is probably worth less than them. Yeah, really, really happy I just did the 4-3 now. Okay, so am I cycling this Triome? I feel like the answer is no. I think I'd rather have the land here. Jeff is your god. I really hope you're talking about someone else. I would not make a particularly good deity. Jeff Goldblum. There you go. Okay, Jeff Goldblum we can work with. Ask Bender how that went. Oh, Futurama. Swish. Boomer 2K10, thanks for the 14 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Keeping me around. Someone else asking earlier, can the mono blue tempo decks keep these decks in check? I'm not sure that they can. I feel like between Shark Typhoon and Teferi, I feel like these Jeskai decks have all the tools they need to make these tempo decks just miserable. Small mistake here. Should have cast this pre-combat, so if I found Timely, I could cast Timely in game 6. What you should spend gems on in Raid. Most of my gems get spent on extra energy refills, not so new. If you're really early in the game, you want to save up your first 800 gems and buy masteries on your first champion. Unlocking the gem mine also isn't a terrible idea if you're going to play for a while. Whatever the most recent version is in the Stream Decker, Iowa, is it? You can play Bant in Historic. Yeah, we played a Bant ramp deck yesterday, and it was pretty reasonable. Pretty reasonable. If Boneless Wing plays tomorrow, you need to feature them. They got something sweet. Their name. We actually featured them a ton last time. They were just like randomly, they randomly kept queuing into people that we wanted to feature. You know, against another Yorion deck, I'm gonna bottom Timely and keep the 2 Nexus. Which might be greedy, but I think it's probably right. Show me the way to Azcanta, chat. Show me the way. Thank you. It's my favorite card from HA3 so far. Ancient Ziggurat's my favorite practical card. Roar of the Worm is my favorite card for this card seems decent and I would like to explore more with it. I also have like an emotional attachment to Roar of the Worm because Odyssey was when I started playing Magic as a child. So like those cards have sentimental value. And we're gonna get Ulamog so hard this game. What's wrong with saying your full name, Boneless Wing Benurking? It's very easy to say Benurking. I'm glad I waited to get artwork for this one on the site because I think with all the Agent of Treachery decks popping up in this format, this Jeskai deck's probably not very good. Which makes me sad because I like it, but I think this archetype is gonna get big fished a lot. It's gonna have a lot of people who a lot of decks in the format that just go up over the top of it between Ulamog and Agent now. We did get a line cut. And this one's been feeling a little bit medium. I think I'm gonna leave Party Bus. I'll wait and see how Christy's doing. Let me ask how she's doing today. Can we play Stroker Dispute? No, not in my Fires deck. At that point, you're just like, that's not the axis you want to fight on. I think you'd rather just play something else. Thanks for the 25 months. Go to Scoop Skip. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Sideboard Dorat and become the aggro deck. Yeah, try and draw my 4 of threat, my 80 card deck and beat him down. Do you foresee agents starting to pop up in eternal formats? He's causing a standard and historic to rot. Is he good enough in any of them? I think we could potentially see him in Pioneer if people start to care about that format again. I don't think he's good enough for Modern or Legacy. Veil of Summer doesn't do anything against Teferi. In case you've missed this card doesn't let you respond with things.
Don't worry.
In case you haven't been paying attention for the last year and a half.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
So Veil of Summer is fine. Yeah, I think that's a crappy approach, though. I think this thing's less offensive than this other thing. It's not a good way to manage your formats. Yeah, a Bant version like that, Sky Zero, is just much worse against aggro. I don't know, maybe it's your only option, though. Maybe I'm supposed to keep that just because it guarantees a land.
I can no longer stand by and watch. This might be a bad idea. No, we need to move quickly.
We need to move quickly. Nobody believes you, Teferi. Nobody believes you want to move quickly, Teferi. Yeah, we took 2 extra turns in a row, for people wondering. It did reset it, we just took 2 extra turns. Remember when this was the most offensive Teferi Planeswalker card in Magic? Do you remember, chat? Do you remember?
Hold that thought. That's more like it.
Was he offensive or just powerful? The offensive thing about this design, for people that don't remember, is the fact that after you ultimate him, you could win games by decking your opponent, by tucking him back into your deck over and over again. That was his issue. You could sit there and tuck him back in again and again and again. Yeah, Big Tef won the game, but it didn't actually end it. Yeah, Approach will actually be an interesting one to see if that does anything in the format. Your Field of the Dead makes way bigger tokens. Yep. Yep, didn't get agented that game. Yeah, Growl's fine. Growl's playable. Matt's tweet is so good. Matt's tweet is so good. Only heroes like and retweet the status. We could bounce their thing so they didn't have a chance to agent. Yeah, that's probably smart. Bounce the Golos. I'm going to keep this because if we draw lands, we can start taking extra turns on turn 5. This is like run 3 lands in a row off here, huh? Be a little fortunate. I don't know if I could trust a Matt with what he listed. It's not his fault his parents didn't have ink for another letter on his birth certificate. Alright, they're just gonna, like, turn 3 Stone Rain us with Agent of Treachery, huh? One would fall, thanks to 11 months. I mean, if we don't get Agent of Treachery here, we're in a fine spot. Just an Ashiok. One would fall, thanks to 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Alright, they're out of cards, but they have Uro here. I assume they're using this to mill themselves. Really? You're milling the Nexus of Fate deck? It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Bold strategy. Wonder if it's gonna pay off for him here. Alright, we need to hit an untapped land. We need an untapped land next turn. We need to hit an untapped land next turn. I really don't understand why they're not milling themselves, but whatever.
Let's skip to the good.
Okie doke. And my opponent... Well, so again, for people that don't understand how to read Magic cards, Ashiok exiles my graveyard regardless of who they target with its mill. So the reason why Ashiok is good is its graveyard hate. It's graveyard hate in addition to filling up your graveyard for your thing. Should we have played Yorion first? No. And I'll show you why here in a second.
No time for a break.
We're gonna Conquer's Death. Exile your thing. We're gonna turn off auto-order triggered abilities. And now will Yorion blink fires, blink Conquer's Death. And we'll untap our lands before the fires comes back, so that way we can Nexus of Fate here again. Yeah, it's graveyard hate that digs up Urros and Kroxa. This is exactly correct.
This has been a nightmare.
Hold that thought.
Hold that thought. Look at this well-designed extra turn spell. It, like, exiles itself. That's so weird. So, this is gonna trigger next turn. So I'm actually gonna Shatter to draw a card here. So that way this can bring back my thing next turn. Five cards? Okay, so I cycle this for 5. And then Azcanta flips over. And then we'll get 2 Azcanta. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's garbage time. You don't have to go home, but you can't play here. Look at how loyal my Yorion is, chat. Look at how loyal my Yorion is. That's the state of the game. The state of this game is I'm gonna put a loyalty counter on my creature because it just doesn't matter. Do 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 do. Your what? Yorion is evolving. Do, 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 do. We'll put a stop at my end of turn. What if we activated Azcanta twice this turn? What if we got to look at 9 cards every turn to find another Nexus of Fate? Sorry, 10 cards. Teferi gets to draw a card too.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
Alright, so my opponents decided not to concede. And I have a rule with this deck where when my opponents decide to not concede, we don't kill them until we exile their board. So apologies to everybody at home who thought this match was about to be over, but I'm gonna exile all of their permanents before we do that.
I don't do this lightly.
What are you apologizing for? This is what I signed up for. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll make some sharks while we go too, for sure. For sure about to make a bunch of sharks, chat.
It's only a matter of time.
And I actually already have a turn in the bank here, so I'm gonna get both Shark Typhoons down before I start taking more turns. You're a monster and I appreciate you, thanks. Oh, I forgot to activate my Azcanta again. Sorry about the slops.
We need to move quickly. I really should have seen that coming.
How will we win? I apologize for my slops, chat. We'll struggle to find a way to win now. Alright, I got it that time. I'm glad you play quickly. Yeah, listen. Ain't nobody got time to do anything other than play quickly, okay? Give them a turn after exiling their board. I mean, of course, I'm a giver. Oh, wait, this one can't give turns to extra people. It's only Karn's Temporal Sundering that gives turns to people. We should tie them out now. That's how Teferi works. Decking them is like technically an option. We could technically deck them.
Only time will tell.
It's funnier because they're on Yorion too. Alright. I'm just gonna gain my life. I'm just gonna gain my life. It's okay. Listen, let's stop playing with our food, okay? Look at all of our healthy sharks, chat. Look at all of our healthy sharks. You love to see it. You love to see it. Alright. Got two more wins. Potentially here, 2 more wins. Not a bot match. Back on in here with this. You could have won that match with a test of endurance. How we like this deck? It's been okay. I think it's probably worse than the Luca deck, but it's more fun. Shark card! Fedged up. Thanks for the biddies. I appreciate that. Welcome back. A new card standing out to you so far. No, I think the initial evaluation was pretty spot on. Alright, so we're dead. I believe we have died. Is it right to assume in Historic that no companion is Grawl? No, I don't think that's accurate. There's plenty of non-companion, non-Grawl decks. Alright, land plus Shatter, please. Oh gosh, this is a tapped land still? Yikes. Yikes! The questing beast is so angry, chat. He's so angry. Alright. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, dead to another questing beast. Does it matter? Did we stabilize? Oh, do 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 do, boo do 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 do. The old play the burning imagery before the lethal questing beast. The old, you know. Alright. Bring in some Baffling End, some reinforcements, some Clarions. Let's do it. Do it, and do it, and do it, and do it again. That line gives you hope. It's the optimal line. It's true. It's true. Their line made me the max amount of slanted, so the maximum amount of slant was achieved by that. After our last match, that was karma. Harsh but fair. Harsh but fair. One could argue I deserved that. And I'm not a Republican, so I often get what I deserve. The mono green deck was very mediocre. Its nut draws were really good. Its average draws were super unimpressive. Sword Sliss, thanks for the quarter view. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. All right, 2 shots at a sweeper or a timely. We'll poop. Okay. I don't think that Shatter's good enough at this point, but, you know. Okay, so we're going to 4 here. So we need like 3 bricks out of them. Alright, dead to a second questing beast. I'm having the strangest sense of deja vu, chat. Just the strangest sense of deja vu. Things you love to see, chat. Things you love to see. Playing to Baffling End for value. Bye, friend. Alright, that was the easy game. That was the game where we were on the plate. Let's get a keepable one on the draw, huh? You hope we lose, but I only need two more matches to reach the loving embrace of the Diamond 4 rank floor. Diamond 4 rank floor is love. Diamond 4 rank floor is life. Alright, Omen needs to dig us to a white source here. Man, just every game with these Burning Tree Emissaries. Get off my back! Have they had double Burning Tree Emissary 3 out of 3 games? Has it been 3 out of 3? Or am I making that up? Cleave home! Alright, white source. No! No!
You show remorse. I'll show I've done the hero thing before.
You aren't even a mythic streamer? Why do I bother subbing? I don't know. I don't know why any of you are here. It's a good question I frequently ask myself. Come on! Come on, white source! Come on! Justice, white source! They had no reason to extend. Come on! Come on! Oh no! Oh no! The way this land enters the battlefield represents my current state of being. The land enters the way I feel, chat. It enters the way I feel. No worries, Brian. Good games. Good look at the rest of your ladder matches today. I think you were a little bit too aggressive at the end of the third game. Playing out 2 more dorks.
Daddy, are you hungry? Are you hungry?
Am I hungry? I'm always hungry, tiny child. Are you hungry? I don't know. I'm not quite sure what that is about, but he didn't close my door, but at least he's adorable. Hey, Loaf of Bread. Thanks for the quarter of a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I feel like even if I feel like even if these decks are good, these Jeskai mirrors are like pretty mind-numbing.
Mommy asked me to go to you.
I mean, like, for like Declan, this is pretty above average. Like, he brought me food and it's like still sealed. He didn't open it or like take a bite out of it. It's not, oh, it's frozen. It's frozen, so it's hard to smash, but like, you know, all things considered, it's like solidly above average for Declan.
I've got time.
I'm gonna be done with this deck. I don't think our deck. I'm glad I didn't commission artwork for this, because I think as long as Luca's around, this Jeskai deck's just not competitive. I don't think I can recommend this unless you really like specifically this archetype. I don't think this deck's doing anything meaningfully better than the Jeskai Luca deck I just conceded to there, and I think its matchup against the Jeskai Luca deck is like pretty god-awful, so I don't think I'm gonna take this one again to play. So, all right, we're gonna shift gears here, and we're gonna mono red some people. I'm gonna hit a quick ad roll. We'll be back in just a few minutes with some mono red and get our smork on. Thanks for hanging out today, folks. Don't go anywhere.